So guys, okay, here once again. All right, I just want to give this. I'll start by saying welcome to this week's almost a podcast. I'm sorry. So welcome to this week's live session where I'll be analyzing the market for the general public. Now, this trade you're seeing here currently is the trade that I actually called for my inner circle, my mentees, right? Which I sent out to them, and I decided to come and share a little bit of insight on this, on what I'm expecting to see the market do this week. So for me, overall on this pair, on GBPUSD, I am bearish, right? I'm bearish. But then why am I buying? Certain reasons. One of the reasons I'm actually buying is because one, I saw, sorry, I'm sounding this way. I'm actually under the weather. So uh, there's a bell me. So I saw something like this. Okay, no, be good. I saw something like this first. The market gave us this inverse head and shoulder, left shoulder, head, neckline, right? And boom. I don't know if you get this was number one confluence. So at around this point, I was expecting to see price come back down because I mean, for several reasons, I just wanted same price just come back down into this place. Secondly, I saw an order block around here. So for me, I don't trade every order block, but once I see the order block I trade, I take advantage of it. So if you want to know how to trade like me and use the kind of order blocks I use, feel free to send me a DM on Instagram at prince_echo2 or use the link in this video description to join my Telegram channel. So back to what I was saying. So I saw another block here, which I took advantage of. I said, okay, confluence number two, another block. Number three, I saw that we are currently at the demand zone. We had the demand zone here. Price tapped into it. It didn't just tapped, just got close to it and it didn't activate it. Went up, came back down, accumulated liquidity around here because of left. Price actually left like it was trading in this semantic box, right? So while trading in this semantic box, it decided to sweep out liquidity above, right? Sweep out liquidity. Then now, what the next target for us would be to sell off and take off, and to sell and take off liquidity below. So now I was a little bit skeptical here because I lost this trade because not because my analysis were wrong, right? Or did I miss it? Was it this one or the other one? I can't even remember, but I know I missed. Okay, I got this trade. I missed this trade around here because price kicked me out before he bought. So because I was trying to rebuy, like add up more positions to this one. So when I saw that price had already created this liquidity pool here and swept out buy side liquidity around here with this one, and we started forming a change of character here on the internal time frame, I just knew that okay, we've gotten the higher, low, higher, lower, higher, lower, low, and the next target will be to come and fully activate this demand zone, which we activated. Now, having even that this is already activated, normally would have sold, right? But now another confluence would be today, this week, we're having this is a new month. This is the 3rd of March, 2025. This week we'll be having NFP. So NFP number one would make us, if we continue selling like before NFP, then I'll be waiting to see an intensive buy, like very crazy buy. But now this is also meeting up with my analysis. So I'm expecting to see a buy first as a kind of or as a kind. What am I saying? All right, sorry about that, guys. So I'm waiting to see us buy, right, as one of the conferences as to trade NFP, right? So we'll just be buying to sweep out liquidity, all these things to sweep out liquidity, more like an inducement. So if we buy during NFP, I want to see us crash crazily. I want to see us crash, right? You guys can mark my word. Now, this is not financial advice, but for me, trading from my trading experience for years, this is how I've been trading the news. So I expect us to crash during NFP. For now, we'll just keep buying gradually, and when it gets to maybe Wednesday, Thursday, we'll just be accumulating price, accumulating before we crash. Now, during NFP, if we see a massive pump first to the upside, just know we're going to crash, right? So for me, NFP, I want to see us crash on this pair, GBPUSD. So that was how we caught this trade. The next pair on my mind would be, let's say BTC USD. Now, BTC USD, I said we were going to get to around I said we're going to get to around 107 or 110, yeah, before we crash down to 79,000. And I would say that Bitcoin actually played exactly what I said rather, right? Bitcoin played exactly. So we're around this point, right? Around this point, I guess, when I said that thing. So I saw this opportunity. You guys can see I caught this trade. So, but this particular one, I caught it live on a live session, one of the classes I had with my mentees. So I called it live because one of them were trying to buy. I said no. I mean, we're trying to sell. I said no. You'll be selling too early. So let us wait. I said wait for price to come back down here. Activate this one. Buy, sweep out this liquidity, then come back to this buy order block and activate it. Which we got into this point, activated here and bought straight up. Now, when this won this trade, we were chilled. We were actually chilled. So I currently waited for price to just do its thing. So when I wasn't getting any confirmation because price would go up, come back down, go up, come back down. It wasn't so certain. So I didn't trade this period because I already knew that here was a very strong POI that I was waiting to see price. And me personally, I didn't want to just put my stop loss here and just start riding it because it would be too brutal. So I only took profit here and left it. So when I got my confirmation here that okay, price had already done what I wanted it to do, I said, okay, it's high time we start selling. So sorry about that, guys. So we got got to this point and I decided to take opportunity, just take advantage of it rather of the opportunity. So at that point, we had already bought, right? We had already bought into this point. So I had to go down to the 15 minutes to see if I'll get an entry, which I got my entry. I got my entry around here. So I didn't really enter at this point. I waited for price to get here. So I got my entry here and I placed my stop loss above. Let me take out that one. Above this high that was created already. So if you look down, if you look properly, you would see that price actually created or price was already for is already was already forming because we're already past this stage already. So you guys can see that price gave us this high, low, equal high. Now change of character around here, higher, lower high, lower low. So I wanted to see price come back up here. Now, which we did, we got into this point and I decided to ride it. Now, while riding this bear, we got to this point. I said, okay, at this point rather, I said, okay, it's time for me to take partials, right? I took partials just to secure the bag, right? Just in case price even gets back up, I decided to take partials with my stop loss here. So while we were riding through, we got to this point. I saw that we had potential to get to 79. So I decided not to close. So we kept riding here. I said, okay, I was going to open more positions around this point. So I set a pending order when we got to this point, at this point, which did not activate because price got to this point and did not just push up a little bit. So I said, okay, because I was waiting for price to just push up a little bit here and maybe even further to sweep out liquidity around here. So this red line here indicates liquidity. So I was expecting to see price maybe do something like this, right, before it sells. Or yeah, so or before it sell rather. So I didn't see this thing happen. So I just left it to run through. So we got to 16 and 79 rather, right? We got to 79K and I decided to take profit, full profit, right? And I made a video of this whole analysis, right? And I posted it on my Telegram channel, on Twitter, and I guess Instagram. So I took profit when it got to 79K. I didn't take profit at this point. At 79K, I took profit. So this trade, I missed this trade. So now what am I expecting to see Bitcoin do? Yeah, I want to see us probably go down back to this area, right? Before we continue buying. That's what I'm anticipating to see Bitcoin do. What other pair will I? Let me see GBP, JPY. So GBP, JPY. Oh, they already left us. Okay, no problem. So GBP JPY, this was a swing trade that I sent out for. I got this one out on my live session also with Manatees. We bought this. When we got to this point, the target was to take profit at this point. So we took profit here. I was already anticipating because I knew that GBP, with the way this guy works, is going to beat your target, right? To sweep out liquidity properly. So I waited for him to, or for it to just sweep out liquidity now and induce people to think that it already uh, broke this place. So people that trade break and retest. So they will already see price do this, come back down here, do this, come back down here. So they will probably think that, okay, this guy break has broken out, retest, then continue buying. But then as I saw this pattern, because I was already anticipating the sell right from time, I was just buying short term. So I decided to just wait for this guy. I saw the confirmation, it changed character, broke structure, and I was like, yeah, confirm. So I had my sell zone here. You can see it. I marked it out. I had my sell zone here. So I was waiting for price to just get into it. Place depending on that as usual. Risking just 30 pips on this guy for us to just swing the guy. Normally I wouldn't use 30 pips, but because it's a swing trade, I decided to. I was comfortable using 30 pips on this guy. So we sold down to, I guess we took profits around here. I guess so. I can't remember. Took profit somewhere around here. And I decided to leave it because I wanted to see how this guy is going to go, right? So for me, right now, this guy, these were the trades I was monitoring. If you want me to analyze any pair for you, put it in the comment section, or feel free to join my Telegram channel and send me a DM of the pair you want me to trade. See you guys in our next live session. As you already know, guys, that is active.